older sister, Scarlett Dawson, is an absolute saint with a savior complex. When the apocalyptic heat wave hits us, she gives out water to our neighbors, food to strangers, and even invites her boyfriend's entire family to live with us. When our supplies are finally depleted, Scarlett actually considers selling me off to a perverted old man in exchange for supplies to look after her boyfriend, Marcus Crosby. I promptly pull out my stun gun and knock her unconscious. Then I hand her straight to the perverted old man instead. I go back to my villa, where the temperature is constantly kept at 60 degrees F, and enjoy a tub of Ben & Jerry's ice cream under the air conditioning. Not only that, but my villa is stocked with enough supplies to last me for the next few decades. Chapter 1. It was June, early summer, yet the heat was already sweltering, the sun beating down and baking the earth beneath us. There wasn't even a slight breeze in the air, and the stifling heat felt like we were all living in an oven. Apologize to him, Vi. My older sister, Scarlett Dawson, yanked hard on my injured arm, causing a sharp stabbing pain to shoot through my entire arm. I clenched my fists and felt extremely frustrated. Why should I? I was riding my bike on the road when he bumped into me. All of a sudden, he hit me first. I protested. Scarlett frowned and her voice turned harsh. How many times have I told you, Violet Dawson, that you must always be a good person and be kind to other people no matter what? It doesn't matter who is at fault, you must apologize to this man first. Scarlett had always been like this since we were children. It didn't matter whether I was right or wrong, she would always make me apologize first. She thought that this was the only way to show that we were virtuous people. I took a deep breath, not wanting to argue with her any longer. I'm not going to make it in time for the exam, I'm leaving now. I then broke free from her grasp and stood by the roadside for a long time before finally managing to flag down a cab. I was finally going to be done with all my examinations after a final math paper that day. When I opened the door, I saw a couple of other students inside the car who were also about to be late for their exams. I had, after all, accidentally flagged down a ride-sharing cab. Just as I was about to hop in, Scarlett shoved me aside and helped the injured man who bumped into me earlier into the cab instead. Excuse me, sir, but can you send this man to the hospital after you've sent these students to school? The cab driver was a little hesitant. The exams will be starting very soon, and she's going to be late if she doesn't go now. Shouldn't I be sending her along first? Scarlett shook her head and spoke in a kind, gentle voice once more. It's fine, I'll just get another cab for her. It's too hot today. I don't think there'll be any other people on the road willing to stop and take her there, the cab driver said. It's fine, she's terrible at her studies anyway, so it doesn't matter whether she misses this paper or not, Scarlett replied. She smiled brightly at the driver despite her words being harsh and unpleasant. I bit my lower lip, suppressing the sudden tears welling in my eyes. The cab driver felt sorry for me and tried to reason with Scarlett, but she kept refusing his attempts to help me. In the end, the other students in the car urged him to hurry up or they would all be late. It was just as those comments that suddenly popped up on screen said, Scarlett would rather help a stranger than care about her own younger sister. I closed my eyes, fighting the stinging sensation in my eyes, and finally made my decision. When I opened my eyes again, I felt nothing. I took out my phone and made a call. A short while later, another cab appeared right before me. I got into the cab decisively, leaving Scarlett behind in the sweltering heat. I stepped out of the exam hall as soon as my final math paper ended. Finally, it was all over. I didn't go home straight away. Instead, I headed to the villa where my uncle, Adrian Dawson, and his family lived. It was around 5:00 p.m., but the sun was still high in the...
Click the link on the homepage to watch the full follow-up for free.